Hello, and welcome to my first Let's Play, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. This is a pretty great game. I like Resident Evil in general, but we're starting with this one because, well, I don't know, it's got Nemesis, it's iconic, it's good. This is the PS1 version of the game. I'm going to be playing it on an emulator. I will also be playing it on hard difficulty because easy's a bit, it's a bit easy. It just hands you like all the weapons in the game right off the bat, and yeah.
Resident Evil.
I'll shut up for the cutscenes.
It all began as an ordinary day in September. An ordinary day in Raccoon City. A city controlled by Umbrella. No one dared to oppose them, and that lack of strength would ultimately lead to their destruction. I suppose they had to suffer the consequences of their actions, but there would be no forgiveness. If only they had had the courage to fight. It's true that once the wheels of justice begin to turn, nothing can stop them. Nothing. It was Raccoon City's last chance, and my last chance. My last escape.
This is Chopper Delta, preparing to drop off at area E95070. Over.
What are they?
Pretty cool. Funnily enough, Last Escape is the Japanese title for this game. Forgive me if I do something weird, I'm not particularly used to the controls in these games. I haven't played them in a long time.
September 28th, daylight. The monsters have overtaken the city. Somehow, I'm still alive. Okay, we've got to get out of here.
What? What do you think you're talking about? I just lost my daughter out there! How dare you tell me to go back outside?
I'm sorry about your daughter, but there isn't gonna be any rescue. We have to get out of here!
No! I'm not going anywhere! I'd rather starve to death in here than be eaten by one of those undead monsters! Now leave me alone! Told you! I'm not leaving! Never! Just get away from me.
I don't know why, I just love that line. I just have to do it every time. I may use save states in this run. They will be mostly for, in case I die to Nemesis or something, to minimize downtime. There's no point in showing me running back from the typewriter 50 times. I shouldn't die 50 times though, it's Nemesis. Oop, sorry, getting used to controls. So I'm not gonna like read these, but I will put them up on the screen if you care. You can pause the video and review them. If you hadn't guessed, these are basically just instruction manuals for how to play the game. And they waste your like inventory, so this actually is one of the few actually really useful books in the game. This is actually one that is worth keeping when you're new to the game, or like keeping it in mind anyway, because gunpowders are kind of a special part of this game. They're really unique, and it's kind of important to remember the combinations. There's some combinations that they don't go over as well. We don't need to carry the reloading tool with us. I'm gonna do a quick save, because why not? Get some old save data in here. So I explain how gunpowders work. If you've played Resident Evil before, they work kind of like herbs. You combine them and you get various different states of combined gunpowders, and you combine them with the reloading tool and it gives you ammo based on what the gunpowder you had was. Like red almost is always, I believe red is almost always handgun bullets or something. And red plus C is like flame rounds, stuff like that. Red is A, by the way, C is blue. I probably shouldn't be mixing up the letters and the colors. This is actually a fairly forgiving game when it comes to ammo. Gives you a lot of ammo. If you're playing on easy, like you start with all the weapons and they give you like 3 first aid sprays, it's pretty hard to do badly in this game on easy. It's actually a pretty good Resident Evil game to start with, actually. Man, I'm never gonna get used to that menu button being on circle. So this is actually, there's actually a way better way to handle these. You can actually leave the room and re-enter, and the zombies will essentially kind of reposition themselves. They'll reset to some default positions, and it lets you, it basically lets you get down here without having to kill a shitload of zombies. Can't tell where this guy is. Oof. Oh shit. Let's grab some herbs. Herbs are the healing item in Resident Evil if you're new to it. You can mix different colors of them and get different effects. The pot joke's been made 1,000 times. Yeah, I mentioned the Japanese version of this game earlier. It's one of those few games where the Japanese version's actually easier than the English version. Usually it's the other way around. Was just taking a quick break.
Get away!
You don't need the help, Brad. Brad can help himself. Instead, you can read this postcard. Good job, Brad.
Brad, hang in there. Why isn't someone doing something about this?
I didn't know you were still alive, Jill. The police aren't trained for this kind of situation. What could they do? Listen, he's coming for us. We're both gonna die.
What are you saying?
You'll see. He's after STARS members. There's no escape.
Who's he talking about? Is it Wesker? It must be Wesker. Who else could it be? But Wesker. I don't believe I've ever had as many audio problems with recording a game as this one. It's just, like, I've done so many test recordings of this before I started actually running it. Not running it, this isn't like a speed run or anything. Sometimes that doesn't break. Sometimes it does. It's a bit unfortunate when it does. I'm kind of hoping to not have to deal with these. Sometimes that barricade holds up a lot longer and you can just go right through here. Oops. Trying to run with the R button. It must be something left over from Monster Hunter or something. Alrighty then. Let's get some gunpowder. Let's see if I remember this correctly. I believe this gives me a crap load of shotgun shells? Question mark. Yeah, that looks right. You'll probably just notice a footage cut, and I'm recombining all this crap. It's because, my recording started randomly recording my desktop, so I had to re-record some things. Not much has changed, though. I have one extra bullet because I didn't have to shoot the explosive barrel this time. Oops. Oh yeah, one of those dogs bit me too. I forgot to save. Ripperoni, watching the same thing 2 times. Huh? That's interesting. I'm not sure how... That doesn't make sense. I had the alley save in there, even though I redid this. But, okay. Whatever. So this is probably the first point where I can die horribly. So I'm going to make a quick save state. Just so you know, so I don't have to run back from the save point even though it's right there.
Jill!
Brad!
We've gotta... Jill! Help!
Fight, obviously. Notice he kind of has a hard time grabbing you if you run on his right side. I did not want to do that. We're gonna heal. His nemesis does a lot of damage. Half dead. There are actually a few ways to handle this fight. You can actually kind of get him stuck on a wall. I don't find it horribly fair to do, though. Oh, I'm dead. Or not. Sometimes that'll kill you. Oh, wrong side. happens when you don't run on his right. Get up, Jill. So the speed Jill gets up off the ground is kind of based on her health. Oh, I forgot to read the book. That's bad. Oh, shit. God, this fight. Oh. Jeez. There's a reason they let you skip this fight if you want. Because handgun and shotgun are not particularly fantastic weapons, and Nemesis is a pretty tough boss. I would usually consider these herbs a bit excessive, but I took a lot more damage from Nemesis than I used to. At least I can still kill him with the handgun, that's alright. I think there's handgun rounds over here, let me check. Yeah, okay. Anyone who's played this game before knows I didn't take Brad's card, although I almost accidentally did. You can use it on the computer to get a password to open a locker for a puzzle that's coming up. And you can also get Jill's card later, which is if you skipped Brad's, essentially. Someone's still alive. Fun fact, I believe this is actually Leon's desk from Resident Evil 2. The one with all the party hats and shit on it. Because they were gonna throw him a party for being new to the police station. Oh, I'll scroll through this faster. I was actually reading it. It's been a while since I played this game, so I was actually legitimately interested in what it said. I'll read it on my own time, though. So yeah, I believe this is supposed to be a day before Resident Evil 2, which is weird that Marvin is laying there dead, because he's technically alive in RE2. Maybe this is a day after, I don't know. No, I don't know. I thought this was supposed to be before, but... Okay, so if you get the cards and you use it on that computer in the lobby, you get the code for this locker. But... this game has only so much randomness to it. Yeah, so basically there's only a couple codes that it can be. It's not that. I don't actually remember these codes. I did look them up and write them down. I used to know them, it's just like, eh. It's been a good couple of years since I've played this. Some loading problems with the background, it looks like. Emulator. I was just trying to get rid of that slot with the handgun bullets in it. Let's get rid of these guys. one of the only instances where they actually let you headshot the zombies with the shotgun, aside from just random crits. Okay. You don't need these parts. Don't believe we need the handgun. Don't need this. This should be good. If you're going for like good times and scores, you wouldn't stop and save constantly like I do. There's a letter. Don't think it'll let. Okay. That locker I got the gunpowder out of is actually the secret costume locker for Resident Evil 2. While Jill's secret costume is a building that we ran past on the way to the bar. It was before I went up the fire escape for some herbs. It was one of those buildings. This is an example of the game's random generator. You can have completely different stuff up here. Sometimes there's not many zombies at all, sometimes there's a lot of them, sometimes they're big fat zombies. Okay, this is kind of a moment of truth, especially for like something like a speed run. There's something you get in here and it's completely random. We can read the facts from the Kendo gun shop, which is, it looks like its texture is bugged on the emulator. That or it's just too low res to tell on a normal PS1 version of the game. But it looked like half the gun, like the top half of the gun was clipped over down to the bottom of the paper. It looked really weird. Not sure if you can see it in the footage. Oh, the Magnum. Unfortunately, the Magnum is not a great weapon. It is, but at the same time, like, the grenade launcher is just so much better. We're gonna look at the stars, because why not? There he is. A much worse guy. Totally not a bad guy.
No! Come anyone! Our platoon is cut off! No survivors found! This is Carlos! Send in support unit immediately!
Well, like I said, getting the Magnum here is a bit unfortunate. It's a very powerful weapon, it's a very cool weapon, it is not as good as the grenade launcher though. The grenade launcher, it's just easier to get ammo for, it does almost as much damage as the Magnum, it fires faster, it's just a better weapon in like every way. We're gonna be using it anyway, because it's this or the shotgun. And I don't really even want to think about having to use the shotgun right now. Yeah, we're not fighting you. I'm sorry. Not yet. Let's play. Oh shit. Yeah, that's right. You can't shoot the window rocket, but stand no chance against that. So this is an example of Nemesis getting stuck on shit. If you actually shoot him just right when he's aiming the rocket launcher, you can get his rocket launcher to explode. It hurts him a lot and gets rid of his rocket launcher, obviously. Yeah, you can't hurt the window. What do you think you're doing? This may seem pretty cheap, and it is, but Nemesis is kind of ridiculous to fight under his own terms. Oh shit. That could have went really badly. I believe rocket damage is a bit random in this game. It either does almost nothing or it can almost kill you. I'm not 100% sure on that, but there are times where that rocket will just like obliterate you, and other times it just doesn't do anything. Not in particularly good shape right now. The Magnum has its pluses, I guess. I mean, it is a good weapon. You wouldn't think that by the way I talk about it, but compared to the grenade launcher, it's just kind of meh. And when you're using like the bookshelf like that, there's not that much of a difference between the Magnum and the grenade launcher when it comes to just damage. Well, the Magnum and grenade launcher, basically, they can swap spawns. They can basically be wherever. Check my inventory real quick. Okay. But as you know, I have 2 weapon parts now, which will let me make a weapon that you can pretty much only make by getting parts off Nemesis. I'm gonna take a quick break. It'll be cut out in the footage. What was that, I wonder? Certainly it wasn't a liquor. What spawns there is kind of random. Sometimes there's different herbs. The blue herbs you see laying around to cure poison, if you're new to this series. Good thing they gave me some ammo. I thought I was gonna run out. Oh gosh. This game. Yeah, that's good. We're not gonna need any heavy weaponry for a while. Let's do a quick save. I apologize if I'm not talking much. I'm pretty tired. I probably should be recording this when I'm not tired. But what can I say? I felt like playing this game. It's a good game. This game has a lot of random events, like just a lot of the enemies are random, like some of these car doors will randomly break open at certain points in the game, zombies will crawl out and stuff. It's one of the few Resident Evil games I can think of that actually has a lot of just completely random stuff in it. Just in case I get lost, I probably won't though. This game's not very complicated. Oh, that's a lot of damage. But this pistol's pretty good. So that little dodge Jill did there was called, they're called like emergency evades, I believe. If you hit specific buttons right when an enemy's about to attack, Jill will dodge. If you see me do them, it's typically on accident. That's how most people do them, on accident. They're not very easy to do. Well, they kinda are, but at the same time, they're hard to utilize, because sometimes Jill will like dodge into a wall and she'll go nowhere and get bit anyway. So, they're not horribly useful. Hey look, gunpowders. Sometimes these are here, sometimes they aren't. They're one of those things, you know. They're random. The city guide. Come see our beautiful zombies. Go to the park and get eaten by ivies. Yep. Forget this stuff. Some of this stuff, a lot of this stuff's automatic. I don't think this hook is though. Yeah, but some stuff in this game is, some stuff isn't.
What's that?
Calm down, lady. I'm no zombie. My name's Carlos, Corporal of Umbrella's Biohazard Countermeasure Force. What's your name?
Jill, did you just say you belong to Umbrella's army?
Yeah, we came all the way out here to save you civilians, but the mission went bad the minute we landed.
Wait, how did he find me?
Surprisingly,
Over here!
hide inside the kitchen. He's outside the kitchen.
Are you crazy? You could have barbecued both of us!
Jill's crazy. I'm leaving that because it's first aid sprays, and I don't need them. They're just gonna clog up my inventory. I'm pretty sure they're first aid sprays.
I need to ask you something. Why did Umbrella send your team here?
Our mission is to rescue the civilians.
How kind of you. Considering Umbrella caused all this in the first place, those liars!
Look, we're just mercenaries, hired hands. No time for talking. If you can believe me, then join us. Think about it!
So Nemesis isn't dead. He actually gets back up eventually in there as well. If you actually run from him enough, he will eventually give up. I don't intend on fighting him this time. I already consider it a kill with the kitchen explosion. Ah yes, box puzzles. That's pretty much what this is. Let's grab this picture. I do believe that this game was actually not meant to be Resident Evil 3. It was meant to be a spin-off. Supposedly Code Veronica was going to be Resident Evil 3. And because it was going to be a while till Code Veronica was done, they just made this Resident Evil 3. Or maybe that's something to do with it being, like, the PlayStation game. I believe Code Veronica was originally just Dreamcast. Or something. Early on, anyway. It came to, like, everything else later. This is the example of this handgun being just too good. Ah, shit. This could end very poorly. I'm not fighting him. There's no way I'm fighting him. It's just not gonna end well with just this handgun. I mean, technically he can be killed with this handgun. You could probably beat this whole game with just the handgun. You could beat the whole game with the knife. Where is he? That's really weird, he's not here. I guess he's... Maybe he hasn't given up yet. That's... Does that mean he's giving up? Oh, good. Getting tired of running from his ass all day. I feel like I forgot something. There's something I'm missing. Key item wise. It's not at the gas station. Quit munching on that corpse. Why are you aiming at that one? Chill, please. I don't really care about him. He's just hanging out. I believe some herbs can spawn here, maybe? Question mark? Yeah. Yeah. I don't think those are the one from before the crashed bus or whatever, right after the police station that I mentioned, weren't there? Not sure where those are, but those aren't them, I don't believe. Make sure to get those dogs. It's pretty important to get those dogs out of the way. Oh, thought there were dogs down there with that barrel. Dogs are a really weird enemy. They're not horribly dangerous, but they're just trickier to deal with than zombies. They're actually pretty wimpy. They're really puny in Resident Evil 1. Like, I have no problem facing off against those with just the knife in Resident Evil 1. They're just... you can kind of wombo combo them to death. This is the big puzzle of this section of the game. You have to fix the rail car.
You're one of the survivors from the rescue team, right? I just ran into your teammate, Carlos.
How did a girl like you manage to survive?
Hey, I'm no ordinary civvy. I'm a member of STARS.
Stars? You mean the RPD Special Force Team?
Hey, is someone wounded back there?
No, Jill. He's fine. Let's just catch it.
Oh, this looks bad.
They're coming. Get ready! Fire! Fire! Stay together!
Calm down. You're safe now. Everything is gonna be okay.
Safe. He's like bleeding out, Jill. He's not safe.
So Jill, did you decide to help us out? It looks like we're the only ones who survived. We should work together.
No, we can't trust her.
Why? But Sergeant, we need her help. Our unit's down to you, me, and Lieutenant Mikhail. That's it. And Mikhail's hurt bad. If we don't cooperate, we won't be walking away from this mission.
Fine. Then let's go over our plan. We're moving to the clock tower area, which is the designated landing zone for the extraction chopper. Once we get there and give the signal, the chopper will fly in and pull us out.
That's a lot of ground to cover. I don't think we can make it on foot.
The main problem we have is that the landing zone is cut off from here by the fire. So we have no choice but to use this cable car to navigate through it. Fortunately, we can also use it as a moving shield to get us through the worst areas.
That works for me. Good plan, sir.
Okay, people, let's get moving.
Jill, put this on.
So, this harness thing that Jill gets essentially gives her 2 extra inventory slots. And it's also really kinky. Huh. Never seen that dog hop out of the fire like that. Speaking of things I've never seen, I've been informed that there is a cutscene here involving Mikhail shooting some zombies and stuff that I have never seen. I had no idea it exists at all. Apparently if you just waltz right back in here, there's a cutscene.
Don't come any closer!
Mikhail, do you have some kind of death wish?
My people, they were wiped out by these monsters. I can't stop just because I'm wounded.
But can't you see those monsters are also the victims of Umbrella?
Are you accusing me of taking it out on them? You don't seem to understand something. We're not really involved with the company. There's no reason for any of us to take responsibility for this mess.
I know that. And right now, that's the only reason why I'm trying to cooperate with you.
Sorry. I feel so useless.
Don't. You fought hard and have the wounds to prove it.
But I'm still alive. My men aren't.
Don't think about that now. Just rest.
Well, I've never seen that before. That's pretty cool. I always find it interesting when you've played a game a ton of times and then you still find something new in it. That's what makes me come back to some of these games. You know, it's like people when they play like Deus Ex and they find something, like years and years after it's released, someone finds something new. This handgun is just too good. That poor dude just laying on the floor, man. Is this day ever gonna come? Is he ever gonna get that kill? Rude. Well, there's the special effect of the Eagle handgun in action. It randomly headshots zombies and kills them. Huh. Well, these three herbs are probably the ones that were missing way earlier in front of the RPD. Or not in front of the RPD, but at that like bus, before that bus crash in that little alleyway where I mentioned the herbs being different. This puzzle is just like, what? There's hardly a reason to go into it because it's just like this discussion's been had a million times amongst just people that play this series. It's just like some of these puzzles are just like, what the hell? Like who came up with this? It's not like the puzzles are bad. They just don't make any like logical sense. Like
No!
this is another example of enemies that are kind of clumped up from an event. It's similar to like the door you open and get the shotgun early on. It's kind of an example like that. All those zombies clumped up there exiting that door. When you exit and re-enter the room, they're in a different position. And they're easier to deal with. I still feel like I'm forgetting something around here. Is there like a quick key for the map? Forgetting something. Oh yeah, the save spot has a key item. I know this might be wasting some people's time, but interestingly enough, this alleyway can only be gotten to through a random event by heading to the newspaper. I believe if you head to the newspaper at like the latest possible point, I'm not sure what causes it. If you go there at a specific time, there's like a special cutscene where you like jump out of a window from Nemesis or something, and you end up in this little alleyway, and that's the only way to get into that alleyway is through that event. There's not much to see there, but it's there. Hey, why are you still alive? Shit. Pretty good. Yeah, the crank. Actually, let's go get rid of this compass. That was loud. I believe that event's random. It can also happen at the crashed bus. RIP headphone users. Yeah, this puzzle, it's like you changed what the statue's holding. Someone literally would have, like, I don't get it. Like, someone in Raccoon City programmed like robotics in that. Or wouldn't be robotics, but someone programmed that statue to detect what it's holding and turn around and open up, and then it's got a freaking battery in it. It's like, what? Okay. Did I get the bullets off this corpse? Yeah, I did. Okay. That was probably a dumb idea. Now I might get pecked. RIP Jill. I can't carry anymore. Alright, for now, let's just... Let's just dump everything in the box. Let's see what we have. So, the good news is about getting the Magnum earlier is that means that we are going to be getting our good friend, the grenade launcher, very soon. What to bring, what to bring, what to bring. Let's bring... we don't need that. We don't need the crank. That looks pretty good. Let's save really quick. I should probably not hold my controller up to the mic so everyone can hear me just spam buttons because I'm impatient. I think that's a nervous reflex from the Freedom Planet speedrunning. Let me think here. Yeah, I guess that's good. We could do the battery stuff. Let's just get that out of the way. This is one of those games that, like, I played it so much that I kind of just know where everything is. Key item wise, I know where everything is. Oh. These are not something I want to fight. Let's see. Actually, that's a lot of zombies. Oh, I didn't bring any ammo. Crap. Oh well. Those zombie positions are random. I do believe you can even get different enemies in that area. Huh. Red herbs. So red herbs, if you're new to the series, they do absolutely nothing on their own, but when you combine with the green herb, they make the green herb's heal effect like a full HP effect. Okay, so this puzzle is... forget what this puzzle is. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember this. You have to raise and lower the voltage and at the end it has to be within the ranges to open the door. So we'll do... yeah, okay. That's either the grenade launcher or the key item. I don't recall. Let's open the other one. I think you can have them both open at the same time. I apologize for the squeaky chair. If you keep hearing it, I don't have good like sound quality on the mic, so I can't like reduce that background noise currently. Oh baby. Where have you been all my life? So here's the dealio with this. You can shock the zombies and kill them all for a cool cutscene where they all die, or you can head to the emergency exit, see a completely new interesting area, which you would not see if you didn't dig it. That's what I'm doing. You get to see this alleyway, congratulations. And you also get to see this cool ass cutscene. Get rocketed. Die. Oof. 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 That was a lot of damage. off. Rip my healing items. So that's for a shotgun that I don't really remember much about. I remember it being cool. I don't remember it being, if it was like stronger than a normal shotgun or not. I assume it is. I mean, it's Nemesis parts. So. Fuse. That's for a puzzle later. Man. So if you can figure it out from that fight, other than I'm terrible at this game, the freeze rounds with the grenade launcher kill Nemesis really well. They're probably the best weapon for killing Nemesis. I don't believe they use it in speedrunning though, because there's just no easy access to freeze rounds most of the time. Because you pretty much have to make them. There's like one location in the game I can think of where they can appear. For the most part, you have to make them yourself. Which is 2 blue parts, C plus C. Gunpowders will make the freeze rounds. C's are A plus B. So, red and yellow gunpowder makes blue somehow. You think it'd make orange gunpowder, but nope. Surprisingly, sometimes it's more effective not to headshot zombies, because you can actually kill multiple of them in one shot. You can do it with headshots as well, but it's trickier. I hate to waste the grenade launcher on zombies, but like honestly, this is the kind of degrading task I would save for the Magnum. Sometimes that pops open and the zombie comes out. Doesn't look like it's happening today. Yeah, you'd say, why would you use the Magnum on zombies? It's like, well, because what else are you going to use it on? When you have the grenade launcher, why would you ever use anything but the grenade launcher for Nemesis? Let's dump all this garbage. Don't need any of this garbage. Shotgun shells. Yeah, I'm gonna take shotgun shells. Oh, we have a lot of shotgun shells. Good, 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 good. I thought we were hurting for shotgun shells, honestly. That's good. To save or not to save? That is the question. Don't really see a reason to save, but no, we don't need to save. Or do we? I don't know. Forget it. Forget it. Savings for casuals. Wait a minute. I'm a casual. I like I could see the boxes straight through the van. That's an emulator problem that never happened in PS1. Okay, good, I brought the wrench. You need the wrench for this part. There's like 2 places in this whole game that you need the wrench, and this is one of them. Might need to look for healing items or something. Kinda blew a lot on Nemesis. Blew like too many on Nemesis.